Yo, what's good, everyone? This is C Hendo. So I'm gonna give y'all my reaction to this breaking news. George Pickens was traded to the Dallas Cowboys. This is crazy. So let's get to it. For starters, this is a hell of a move for the Dallas Cowboys. And I know that it's just easy to say that because I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm gonna just be honest. The Cowboys needed talent on the offensive side and overall as a team. I know there's questions about George Pickens on the field as far as like, his attitude, what comes along with it, the baggage, but I really think this is a great situation for him and this team. He brings that certain dog that I missed that the Dallas Cowboys didn't have. When Dez Bryant was here, he was that dog. He had that dog mentality. Michael Irvin, dog mentality. Yes, it did come with some things that a lot of people didn't like, but for me, the talent spoke for itself. And to me, I've always said that talent always prevails some of the issues, right? And I think those issues can be fixed with maturity, having great guys around you. And I'm not saying that George Pickens didn't have that great guys around him in Pittsburgh. We know what Mike Tomlin is, that organization, what they stand for. But when you have a receiver room now that has CD Lamb, who is, in my opinion, one of the three best receivers in football, when you have him in that room, I think George Pickens will be paying attention. I think he will be able to grasp some things from CD Lamb by professionalism. Dak Prescott, who I know a lot of people are not high on, I think Dak Prescott is an amazing leader. I think that Dak Prescott's going to be able to talk with them. And not only that, get him the ball. So let's get to that. George Pickens now is going to be teamed up with CD Lamb. And I know there's been talks about who's the best duo in the league. Look, in the NFC East alone, there's another duo in Philadelphia I think really highly of, which is A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Now the Cowboys finally got another wide receiver next to CD Lamb. And I know people are going to say, well, he had Amari Cooper before. Well, this ain't the same CD Lamb, that was with Amari Cooper. This is something different. And I think George Pickens is going to bring a different dynamic to this team. We talk about the 50-50 ball. We talk about his big playability. Obviously, really good hands. Now you can question some of the route running, the pouting on the field, the penalties, unnecessary penalties. I think maturity will tell all in that, and we'll see. This is a contract year for him, which is a good thing for the Cowboys and a bad thing. The good thing is you're probably going to get the best version of George Pickens, who's trying to get that moolah, trying to get paid. The bad thing is this. If it doesn't work out and he's a train wreck, you pretty much lose him, right? You probably don't want him back, but I think you get some sort of compensatory pick for him, if I'm not mistaken, if he signs somewhere else. So we'll see how that goes. But for me, the Dallas Cowboys did an amazing job in this trade. Acquiring talent, man. When I look at the Eagles, congratulations to that team winning the Super Bowl, right? What they did for Jalen Hurts was they put maximum talent around him. What I'm saying is this. When you're able to get Saquon Barkley, 1A, 1B, best running back in football. A.J. Brown, many people think a top 5 receiver in this league. Definitely top 10 for sure. When you got Devontae Smith, another guy that could be a receiver one on many teams. Dallas Goedert, the offensive line. They put talent around Jalen Hurts so only Jalen Hurts can succeed. And if he doesn't do it, then you can point at it. When I look at the Cowboys, not being funny about Rico Dowell and Malik Davis, and shout out to Jalen Tolbert, who had a coming out party last year versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think he's going to be a great number 3 on this team. He's still learning some things. I think that he can be in a good situation now where he can learn from 2 very elite wide receivers. They just didn't have the talent out there. Jake Ferguson, I think, could be a really good tight end. I'm really a big fan of Fergie. So I'm excited for the Cowboys. I actually think that this is a great move, and I think that if any organization knows how to deal with some maniacs or what people claim as maniacs, I don't think that about George Pickens. I know there's some issues, and last year I laughed when him and Jordan Lewis got into it on that night game when they were getting into a penalty, may have cost him or two. But I think George Pickens is an unreal talent, and I think that Dallas may have lucked up on this situation. Now for Pittsburgh, I don't know the direction they're trying to go. They still don't have a quarterback per se. They gave DK Metcalf all this money. Clearly, they were not going to re-sign, George Pickens. So Dallas has opportunity to capitalize on that. I don't know if they're going to re-sign George Pickens, but the ideal of having him here as a 1 year, it shows me that they're trying to win now, and they see something there, and I like that. I like the aggressiveness that the Jones family and also Will McClay have shown in this situation. Look, he comes with a little risk, right? But every risk may have a reward to it. Um, like I said, from the football side of things, I think this is great. Got a deep ball threat, 50-50 guy. Reminds me not so much of Dez Bryant, but I think he can have that big playability. CeeDee Lamb. I mean, look, man, he took a beating last year. CeeDee Lamb caught over 100 passes last year. I think he missed a game or two. He still pull up the numbers, even without Dak Prescott. And he needs help. He's getting double teamed, probably triple teamed in most cases, not being able to get open as much because teams are spying on him. Now, you got to pick your poison. Are you going to go after him, or are you going to let George Pickens do what he do? You can't just go out there and double team these guys. And I don't think Dallas is done. I think that they got one more move in them. My dream move is I put way during the draft, I said that I would love the Cowboys to go get a running back. And I said Breece Hall. I said it'd be the perfect time to go get a Breece Hall type. I do like Jadon Blue, Phil Maffa. You got Javonte. You got Miles Sanders. You got all kind of guys, right? But I really like this move in particular by George Pickens. So what I need y'all to do is this. In your comments, in my comments, I'm sorry. Let me know what you think about the George Pickens trade. Do you think it's going to work? And do you have the Cowboys duo of CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens as a top 10 or top 5 duo in the league? Let me know. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video. Peace.